welcome to today's class. If you are a creative person, you may get recognized or acknowledged today. Also, of course, artists and their work. So whatever comes out of your heart, from your being authentic, that's something that could be recognized today and acknowledged. Of course, also through social media. But the important thing with all this, with this amazing energy that you could really use in many ways, and that could make you really successful or start a new form of success, of stability in your life. The important thing is to be authentic. So that gets acknowledged, that gets seen, and you can build on that from now. So yeah, it's all about like making a difference. Same as I'm here trying to make a difference, to help people with what I'm doing. So it's all about that and being seen, getting seen for something that you do that really makes an impact. Okay, so let's see how the guides do that. Okay, so it's little toes in line with your hips or muscle line, little fingers in line with your shoulders, nose, sternum, navel, pubic bone in line. Sit bones together, and then it's like a big fountain energy coming through your head continuously. Ribs together, navel towards your spine, your knees and elbows relaxed. And we start with the reaffirmation of the upper arms. So you've got your shoulder blades parallel and your arms slightly turned out, little fingers in line, but now turning towards your thumbs. And that's not something that you do, it's something that you think. And if you think you don't work enough, lengthen more, get it from here, get it up there, and you can notice, of course, when you can easily rise up without doing anything here, adjusting. Yeah, that's when you are where you should be. Okay, so lengthening, sinking, and releasing. Okay, doing this one more time. Little fingers towards your thumbs, everything's long, lengthening, and releasing. And now, palms towards the back, thumbs towards the little fingers. Make sure you're not doing anything here because it's lengthening, it's the fountain that's continuously moving up, and it's no trying to make something happen. It's only a thought, because otherwise you either get your hip forwards and retro or back, right? And then this is obviously not very helpful for your lower back. So important to not tilt your pelvis, to be long and think, and you can then work as hard and as intense as you like. Okay, so relaxing, we'll do that one more time. Thumbs towards the little fingers, everything's long, just lengthening, and releasing. Okay, and now with that same muscle coordination, we go to the end of the mat. Here, lengthening. And yes, finally it's warmer, so I hope you can see all the lines so much better. Of course, you're not expected to do this. You can bend your legs and you can put yoga blocks or books or a little chair down here, and then you can be wherever you need to. Yes, you're not expected to have a straight back, but we are now visualizing that. So from the sit bones to your head, just think long and come back, breathing in and lengthening, and again breathing in and lengthening, and just bend and have the blood flowing back. Before we now do it again, looking at the middle finger, and then we describe a semicircle, and you only have your arm floating because it's all about lengthening and turning the upper body. Yeah, and I hope it does not get any noisier because there is some work done outside, and I just hope they finish soon. Okay, you know, if you're here that I'm renting this place and I've got certain limited hours to respect, so this is one. Breathing in, lengthening, middle finger, and the biggest possible circle, lengthening here, and lengthening coming back. And then looking at your middle finger, lengthen here, and lengthening coming back, lowering, and one more time, lengthening, and navel, and lengthening, and lengthening, lowering, and relax. Just have the blood flowing back. Breathing. Okay, now the stability exercise is set at the moment, and yeah, if we're looking at the world, I think we all know that we need it because our body reflects everything. So it's a good idea to do something for lower back and hip, and if that helps us with our in real life, not only to not anymore have back pain, isn't this great? I think so. So let's go for that. Okay, so from here, the important thing is on your supporting leg that you've got your heel on the floor. Never do anything like this, right? And you can be in that exact same position as you have been before. That's exactly what we need now. And then we lift one leg. And you can be here, okay? So don't worry about anything like this. It is not called the flexibility exercise, so center line and the sides of the body are two parallel lines. That's what you visualize and think. And then really think of lengthening that and coming back. And have the blood flowing back. Breathing in, lengthening, lengthening. Lengthening, navel in, and just releasing. Breathing in, and on the out breath, yes. Again, changing legs, visualizing the legs, and if that makes a difference, fine. If it doesn't, fine. The important thing is, I now have to do it dynamically, lengthening everything, describing the circle that I'm visualizing. The important thing is that you notice whether your thoughts make a difference, and for as long as they do, you keep going. If they don't, then you change legs, right? So here we go, and they say I'll do one more, okay, so I'll do one more. Always follow your intuition. It could even be that if you do it now dynamically, that you do one more on one side and on the other, okay? Follow your intuition and go with what it feels like, rather than what it looks like or what you think of it. Lengthening, up, lengthening, 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 lowering, lengthening, lengthening, one more. See, I only need to do 3 on this side, but you go with your intuition. Now, just relaxing the back and just tuning in with the body. Just feel if there's any weird feeling, any tension, anything unusual. Maybe there's a little pain, or you want to massage a little bit to loosen up something. That could also be a little painful sometimes, yeah. Okay, letting go, always three-dimensional with the arms, so we've got the shoulder joints relax, and also what you can do, this is a little Chinese exercise, navel in, and move both legs. Really good for the lymphatic system. Okay, and my personal favorite, or my body's favorite, would be more accurate actually, is this one. Elbows closed, head down, and then here. Which you could also do using your ankles, and then doing it here, having fun. Yeah, but not necessarily. Okay, so what do they want now? We already told you, they said yes and they are right. I just demonstrate this here and then I'll do it facing you. So just sitting on your sit bones in line here, you slide up one leg, and the most important thing is you lengthen yourself with that. And then you go back, lengthening even more, so there's nothing like this. Okay, so sliding out. The second one is then sliding and turning, meaning you need to lengthen more to have your hip free to be able to do that. And the third one is, it's like building upon each other. Lengthening, now opening, making sure that your hips stay if you're not opening, something like that. Going back and in. And then you can either repeat it after having relaxed a little bit, or you do this here in this position. Yeah, trying to be lengthening, trying to lengthen. That's it. I noticed. Well, let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. Always take this leg as a reference. Here I've still got a little bit of contraction left. So here we go. Lengthening and lengthening. Other leg. Lengthen and lengthen. I am a little fast, I notice. Looks like spring mode. Coming back and lengthening and opening. Keeping lengthening. I did not do that. So lengthen up a little bit more, turn, and now open, stay here on the floor. Lengthening, parallel and in. You see this leg always wants to go a little, that's also with the contraction. And lengthen, and keep lengthening. That's also what if you are doing or using this as a rehabilitation, which is brilliant, actually, make sure that you go slow enough to notice when your body is avoiding something, meaning not in line. Yeah. Okay, so either repeating what we just did, or lengthening and flex, stretch and up. So it's slightly back, and just make sure if it cramps here, you can always massage it. Yeah, you can always massage it. It's always a good idea. Okay, and again, back and lengthen, flex and turn, parallel and coming back. No, and back, up, flex, open. Yeah, I hope it's not too much disturbing. Of a disturbance, so lengthening and flex and turn and opening, and just make sure you maintain your hips. Yeah, see that? Lengthening and up and navel in and lengthen and turn. Keep lengthening here. Yeah, this is where it really is tensing. Help yourself. Notice that you need to, if it's tensing, make sure that you give it a little massage. That's always the advice of Chinese medicine. Yes. Okay. And it has helped me a lot to let go. Okay. Good. So they already said or announced they want sideways push-ups. We do that a lot, but they said, yeah, it's spring and we need to get you strong. Strong and flexible. So yes, here we go. Well, not too flexible, but yeah. Lengthening here, and if you need to put something underneath or here, you can do that, yes. We've got the shoulders in line with the hips and heels, and then I'm embracing the upper shoulder blade. I place my hand here, making sure that the energy goes out of the elbow, not this way. And then I'm not trying to get up, I'm trying to lengthen my upper body, energy coming up of the crown of the head, and then I'm continuing to lengthen, and I either come up or I don't. But it's not important to come up. The important thing is the lengthening. And you will notice that I'm trying to exaggerate. I hope it's not as visible in you as it is in me. Right? So from here, you notice that when you get up, it's not so much more energy. Right? It's not so much more effort. It's just a little more. Yeah, the main thing is that, and it's all about the lengthening. So really, really lengthen through your entire body. And lengthen. And I've got to do 2 more. If your legs come up, sink them diagonally into the ground. Lengthening. And one more time, keep lengthening. Yes, and you could also, if you notice there's a bit of tension, you can also look down. Yeah. Now we're lengthening twice, and you can either have your arms here or you've got them here. So this is fine. Now my elbow is in contact with my body, assuring that my shoulder is okay, or here. I always love to do that twice, but of course you prioritize your intuition. Now, changing position, middle finger in line with my ears and hips, and again, elbow in contact with my body. I can lengthen here, put something underneath, same here, or turn my head. Now, the important thing, I've got my feet flexed, legs long, is not to lift. The important thing is to lengthen, and to lengthen also here parallel, and just let it flow down. Breathing in and lengthening, navel in and lower. And one more, lengthen and turn, lengthening, lengthening and release. And one more time, lengthening and lengthening, elbows, relax, energy through the heel. Yes, and hopefully you do it a little bit slower than I do it today. I just noticed I'm a little fast because you need the feedback from your body. Okay, so now I'm lengthening my legs, and we do a little exercise which you can use as a flexibility exercise, but it's not necessary. So you can do it very small. You have your foot in line here, and then you think from this muscle, one line, and lengthening here, and then down you go in a circular movement, okay? So if you need that professionally, it can look a little different, lengthening, and please take this leg as a reference, as I never know what my right leg is up to at the moment. Well, I kind of know, and I'm grateful that it can do this movement now. It couldn't before, so this is actually a big, big progress that this kind of workout has helped me to achieve. So the third time, I'll show you a little stretch for those who need it, and don't think twice if you don't need it, no problem, ignore it and relax. So it looks like pulling the leg towards you, but it's more of lengthening here, lengthening your leg here and your upper body into that direction. So it's lengthening in different directions at the same time, feeling the space. Yeah, feel the space in your
in your body, in your hip. And then lengthen down, and now we all do the stretch if you like. Bend your underneath leg so your foot comes underneath your knee. And now it's a circular movement to come up, lengthening here, lengthening, getting over both hip bones and coming up. Good, other side. Okay, so here we go again. Shoulder in line with your hip and your heel. Now, just embrace the upper shoulder blade and place your hand so the energy of your elbow goes into that direction. I always like to lengthen my legs, and if you wish, you can put something underneath here or here, looking down, however you need it. Now lengthening, and if your legs come up, sink them diagonally into the floor, and either come up or don't. Right? It's just about the circular movement, and you can think that first, and then your body eventually does it. But it's normal that you first think it, and then you can do it. Lengthening. Yeah, universal law. Lengthening, and lengthening again. Two more, and lengthening, and do one more, lengthening, and lengthening. Okay, now we've got the stretching, so you can either do it here or here. Just make sure that your arms are far enough forward so that you have your shoulders totally free, because the energy goes through, it's the fountain and through your head. It's nothing to do with this, yeah? No. Okay, so middle finger in line with your head. We're changing the position, and make sure that your elbow is in contact with your body. So from here I've got my legs, my feet. I've got my feet flexed, and I'm lengthening, I'm not lifting, which would be this. I'm trying to lengthen and to also lengthen here, so it's not all the weight on my lower leg. Lengthening through the body, and release. Okay, breathing in. One more time, parallel again. It's always little toe in line with your hip or muscle line, whatever's wider, reference point. And then you think longer in your upper body. It's always the majority of the energy through your upper body, and then this allows you to turn in your hip. And lengthening. And lengthen so you are able to turn. So your knee is floating in the middle. Yeah, there's nothing happening. It's all here in your hip. Okay, great. So now I'm lengthening my feet, and if you want to do this, bending in, I'm just showing again, this is a small one. You lengthen and you lengthen. And this is perfectly fine when you're new here or when you don't need this, okay? It's just now I'm trying to see what's happening. Maybe I need to help me a little bit. As you know, rehabilitation, yeah, that's the point. That's painful. Wow. Because it's coming in and I need to get it out again. And lengthening. Yeah, that was good. So let's see. I need to get it a little bit further behind again. There is a certain point. Yeah. And lengthening. And then we see, let's see if I can stretch it or start stretching it. I could not do this movement for a long, long time. So interesting. Lengthening, yeah. But as you see, it's coming forward, it's coming in. So now let's see how we can get that out. lengthen. Keep lengthening, yeah. I do not dare to stretch even more, yeah. You can see it, feel it, that's it. Wow. Okay, so bending in the lower leg, so my foot comes underneath my knee, lengthening and describing the biggest possible circle to sit over both of my sit bones, and then I'm here. Good. I'm not going to cut that off. I'm trying to help you with this journey, sharing mine, because I've come a very, very long way from where these contractions have been. It's amazing, actually, but there is still a way to go. So I will keep sharing that. If you have any questions, please ask. Yes, I'm sure that by sharing we can surely help each other even more. Okay, so let's see what else they want me to do. Okay. No, yes. Something, come on, let me know. Okay, I get it. Rolling up and down. Okay, little toes in line with the hips or muscle line. And, okay, so hands behind my head. Yes, that was correct. Now, it's like the abs technique. I'll do a little version for someone who's new here, and then for some of the regular ones, trying to show extremes, because I'm sure then you can pick your version and imagine what you need to do. So, from your sit bones to your head, lengthening, coming up, nails in, and then you can grab in here and lengthen, coming up. Okay? Lengthening until you've got your sit bone in line with your head, and relax, come up again, lengthening, and very much from your pubic bone, or between pubic bone and navel, you try to lengthen, and you lower vertebra by vertebra, elbows close to your body, and yeah, you get to where you need to. Okay, so have your legs as bent as you need to, that's perfectly fine. And we first try to lengthen the back, and if you can sit with a straight back, then you can focus on lengthening your legs if you wish. Yes, but don't do it the other way around. Okay, so if you are a regular here and you have a little bit more length in your body, little toes in line with your hips or muscle line, reference point, whatever is widest, little fingers in line with your shoulders, and then you describe the biggest possible circle. Look at your little fingers, lengthening, lowering, and now making sure that you're working your lower abs. Of course, you can also grab your sides, have your elbows closed, or you've got your arms here, and coming up. Yeah, but if you're new, definitely do that, okay? So, sit bones head, lengthening, and now the idea is to keep lengthening front, side, and back. And this is all relaxed, and keep lengthening while lowering, and then you just relax and come down with your head. And up here, and just lower, slowly coming down, and back. Okay, choose your version, and the guides say we do two repetitions, and after that bending the leg, but I will show you, okay? So from here, sit bones head, lengthening, slowly lower, coming up, and coming up here, and lengthening, up, and lengthen, slowly down, we go, coming up here, breathing in, sit bones head, lengthen, slowly up, sink your legs down if they want to come up. It's important to maintain the line, little toe, hip or muscle line, and of course sit bones, heels, lengthening, relaxing, everything's relaxed, and coming back, lowering, wherever you are, we bend one leg. If you have both bent, fine. Try to, or maybe one leg's more bent than the other one. Maybe they are the same, no problem, yeah, whatever. The important thing is it's not coming, your leg's not coming towards you. The energy is coming out of the knee and you're lengthening here. Okay, so lengthening, lowering, and lower. Breathing in, lengthen, up, describing a semicircle, biggest possible one. Breathing in, and again lengthen. Everything's relaxed here. Lengthen, and now in, and just lengthening, 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 and just relax. Yeah. Otherwise, you would be here. You could be here. Yes. I was so focused. Sorry, I just did not show you, but it's perfectly fine. Yes. No problem at all. You get the results by feeling what we're working at and by visualizing, not by looking as I do, whatever, right? So sit bones, lowering your arms. Now this time, relaxing. It's always a moment, yeah, but always go slowly to make sure you're working here. So now this time, I'll try this now, dare to try now on this side. With this leg trying to lengthen. Okay, and it's not about definitely having the leg stretched, it's about here, if you wish. If you are doing this version or this version, fine, yes, no problem, because as I'm saying, the result is in what you feel. Okay, lengthening and lowering. And down we go, and up, and lower. Okay, one more time, other side, lengthening, breathing in, sit bird's head, and lowering, and heel, wherever you want to grab, right? And remember, it's not about you know, maybe this is stretching you more than stretching the leg, yeah? Or where you would be when you have the leg stretched. See that? Try to lengthen and try to see where you can possibly lengthen more. Up and relax. Wow. Okay, so wherever you are, yes, here we go. Again, and relax. Okay, and now let's say we've got one more. Okay, so we have, wherever you are, coming up, I will demonstrate both versions. Just come up, and I first do the one with the bent leg, so when you're here, yeah, what you do is you lengthen your arm, which is actually not about your arm, it's about lengthening your upper body. So you lengthen your upper body, your arm just indicates the direction of the turn in your upper body. Okay, so up again, and here we go, coming back. The camera died, the battery died, so I'll just show you one more time. On the second side, it's lengthening here, and the important thing is that you have your shoulder blades parallel. It's turning here, and it's nothing in your shoulder joint. Yeah, it's turning, but the shoulder blades are parallel. If you are here in this position, relax. It's here that you do it. Lengthening, and lengthening, and then again it's lengthening. Yeah, make sure it's not here. That would be not respecting the shoulder blades. And it's here again. So I do one more time, lengthening, and lengthening, and then lengthening, and lengthening, navel in, and relax. And you always
need. And as I'm also running out of time, I just say thank you very much for being here, and please subscribe to the channel if it helps you. Also, if you like the weekly weather forecast from the guides, energetic one, you can have that on Heike Bartels on YouTube and on Instagram at Heike Bartels. There is the daily dose from the guide. So let's spread the love, peace, joy, happiness, health, wealth on this planet